2, 1, and go.
Hello, welcome back to Frag Chat with Smelly and Smurfy. Here's Claire from the Smurfygurly channel. Check out the link to her channel in the description below. And we're on my channel, but this is a special thing that I do on my channel, different to my other episodes. And as usual, we're going to talk about some new fragrance releases, maybe things going on in the fragrance community, particularly the online YouTube fragrance community. Sometimes we like to talk about that. New releases, and we like to feature some smaller niche houses as well. And we're really trying to focus on having at least one of those in each episode, and today will be no exception. So let's get stuck into it. As usual, first subject on the agenda, which I've actually lost,
Lost the
is
agenda.
Scent of the... I'll find the agenda.
All right.
Meanwhile, Scent of the Night is top of the list.
Scent of the night. So, I'll start with mine because I will. And
What a bottle.
What a beautiful bottle. I'm wearing Shalimar Souffle de Parfum.
Tell us more about that, and which company makes that one?
That's by Guerlain.
They're rather good, aren't they?
Guerlain's one of my favourite houses, and this one, it's been out quite a few years. There's different bottles every year. There's a new limited edition. This was a 2017, I believe.
Right.
And smells of vanilla and citruses and white musks. It's very fluffy.
Really, yeah, I found it very much a mixture of citrus and vanilla. That was the main thing I noticed. And it's obviously a flanker of the original Shalimar, which comes in that type of bottle. But it has a rather lovely design on there. Is that a peacock? It's a peacock, okay, which is beautiful. And the smell...
It's up here.
Yeah, it's got that Guerlain thing about it. It's really, really classy. And I do enjoy that one a lot.
I like it a lot. It's a very comforting, very easy to wear fragrance.
Really nice stuff. And that's, you know, in their designer mainstream kind of line, not mega expensive.
No, not bad at all. Like, because it's been out quite a long time, you can find it at discounters for reasonable prices, definitely.
Recommended.
So, what are you wearing, Mr. Smelly?
My fragrance tonight is Fahrenheit Parfum from Dior. Of course, the original Fahrenheit back in the late 80s came out with a kind of petroleum smell, violet leaf, and a bit of leather in that one as well. Quite a powerhouse masculine kind of fragrance, but kind of redefined that idea in the late 80s. But this one is the much more recent release in the 2010s, I think, you know, to 2012, 13, something like that. Francois Demachy. And handily, because we've got a tester, the notes are on the back: mandarin, violet, leather accord, vanille bourbon, absolute, and I think it was in English underneath that, so the translation wasn't
kind of obvious.
Anyway, yeah, so you've got mandarin, violet, leather accord, and bourbon vanilla. And we definitely did pick up on the freshness of the mandarin in the opening tonight.
I said it smelled like mandarins on fire.
Which was a great description.
It's kind of like, it's fresh with the mandarin, but you've also got that kind of petroleum, slightly smoky feel at the same time.
But it seems to have maybe smoothed things out and sweetened them up a little bit from the original Fahrenheit. Yeah,
definitely. It's not as masculine as the original, not quite as harsh, or maybe not quite so much
rugged.
Yeah, not as rugged. That's a better way of saying it.
Yeah,
Smoother, more gourmand-esque take.
A little bit, but without that sounds like they've dumbed it down or emasculated it a bit, but it's still really, really good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I love it. I think it's amazing. But it is something that I could wear, so it just takes that masculine edge slightly away from it.
Yeah, but very fascinating twist on the Fahrenheit.
Yeah, lovely to have that vanilla in the base.
Yeah, it's got a bit more sweetness in the original. Next on the agenda then, it's going to be Jeremy Fragrance's upcoming new fragrance, and he's given us a few videos back a few days ago as we're filming this, hinting at the new fragrances. There's going to be one or two of them, I guess, and it's trying to hint at who the Perfumer will be. And we watched it, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
And he said that the key points we took, he didn't give much away, was that he's around about the age of 50.
A man.
He's a man.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's been apparently responsible for some absolutely huge fragrances, Jeremy claims. So that got us thinking.
Yeah. So, I instantly said, could it be Francis Kirk de Jean? can't remember what made me think of that now. Oh, because of the blockbuster sort of connection.
Yeah.
The fact that Francis Dijon did Le Mail way back in the early 90s.
Yeah, 95, I think it was released. So, and he was very young then, and that means that he is still now only just coming up to age 50.
And he's got a massive perfumes under his belt. And not just that. So that's what made me think of that. And then you checked his age.
And we found out that he is, I think he's just coming up to soon be 50. And when we've checked some of the other candidates that other people have been commenting, like Alberto Marias is quite a bit older than that.
Carlos Bernay, I thought for a bit, but
Carlos Bernay,
wrong age group.
He's older. And a number of the other ones, in one or two cases, I think Olivia Polge is quite a bit younger than that. And he's the only person who's very close to being 50 and has done massive perfumes. So that is our guess, isn't it?
Yeah. And Francis Dijon is so prolific. So he's not only got his own house, but he's constantly knocking out perfumes for other houses. Elie Saab. He's behind something huge at the moment that's just coming out, and I've forgotten what it is.
Right. Okay,
we won't edit that out if you want.
Oh, that's okay. So yeah, obviously did Le Mal, that's massive. Some of his own private, Maison, Francis Dijon are pretty big in the niche world. So he fits the bill. So we think it's him. Let us know in the comments below who you think the perfumer will be for Jeremy's new fragrance, or how interested or not you are in that. I'm more interested in it than you, aren't I?
Yeah, well, I mean, because Jeremy's already said in his previous interview in Fragrantica that it's just going to be mass appealing. He's not interested in a backstory. It's not really inspiring my imagination at all. I think it's going to be a crowd pleaser, and my concern is it's just going to be like everything else. So that instantly turns me off. I'm hoping to be surprised, but I don't hold out much hope.
Power this life, guys. I think it will be a great fragrance. I think it might be quite good, but who knows? We'll find out, won't we? Okay, so that was the Jeremy thing. Let us know what you think about that. Next up then, another one that's kind of big news in Fragcom this week is Lost Cherry.
So who lost their cherry?
Well, Tom Ford apparently.
I'm sure Tom Ford lost his cherry a long time ago.
I would imagine so, yes. He's the new fragrance coming out or not quite out, don't know. Lost Cherry from Tom Ford. Now,
I think it's due out in October.
Ah, right. Okay.
But it's available for pre-order.
Carlos, the Brooklyn fragrance lover, has already done a video based on a sample. So well done.
Come on, let's do it.
Brooklyn fragrance lover. Brooklyn fragrance lover. Yes, he's done a video. Well done to him. He's very good at getting things out. He always gets the what's the word? The scoop on a new fragrance.
Cherry first.
Exactly. He's busted the YouTube cherry off that fragrance and in great style. So we'll put the link to his review in there. And he
says great things about it, and I'm kind of excited about the notes and how it smells, really, even though I would never pay that price for it.
Yeah, price-wise, we'll be lazy and give it in dollars because that's what we found online. So 50ml is $320, and the 250ml flacon is $815. So it's more expensive than a normal private blend.
It's in the same line, I think, as Fabulous.
Don't say.
Oh, you just said it now.
Goes on. Dad sends money down the drain. For God's sake. Oh well, never mind.
When I saw Fabulous online, it was 250 mils was 500 and something pounds.
Yes.
So there's a rough idea for you.
Yeah. So yes, it's in that league with effing Fabulous and
effing ridiculous.
Now the notes on it: sour cherry, liqueur, bitter almond, Turkish rose, jasmine, Peru balsam, tonka, sandalwood, cedar, and vetiver. So obviously the note of cherry is in the name and in the ingredients listing.
And I think cherry and almond tend to go hand in hand. So it's almost like there's an almond nuance to a cherry.
Yeah, they seem to be very often paired in
And if you
food.
think about cherry bakewells,
Yes.
You have almonds and cherries there.
The Bakewell tart here in England is I don't know if you have that in the States or elsewhere in the world, but it's a popular combination, isn't it? So no idea. We haven't tried it. We're previewing it here.
We are.
Idle speculation from us says
you're
interested.
I'm very interested. I don't think you're probably that interested.
No, not somehow. No.
It's my thing, isn't it? Gourmands, and I love almond. Almond's one of my favourite notes in fragrances. So I'm kind of excited, but I don't actually want to like it because I don't want to. I cannot spend that sort of money on it.
And it doesn't sound great, does it? If you're out, I mean, it was stretching a bit with effing fabulous, but at least that sort of had a sort of wow factor about shocking name. But if someone says, "What are you wearing?" Lost Cherry. I don't know if that sounds very good, but hey, they've obviously researched. They must do a lot of market research and stuff. They don't just come up with stuff.
They're Estee Lauder, aren't they? I think. Is it Estee Lauder?
Right, yeah. They'll be owned. Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
They are a massive company behind them. So
they ain't gonna just pump it out on a whim. They've looked into that name and.
But if you read the thread on Fragrantica, so many people are finding A, the name ridiculous, B, the cost ridiculous. But I don't think they're actually aiming at us like serious fragrance lovers. I think they're aiming at more people that have too much money.
Yeah.
And want to show off.
Yeah, but I would have. Yeah, I'm surprised if even they are attracted by that name. But obviously there must be something in it. But you can see Tuscan Leather, Noir de Noir. They sort of sound quite classy.
Cafe
those names.
Rose.
Yeah, they sound good. Even Neroli Portofino, they all sound nice and. Conjure up romantic images in your mind. Whereas Lost Cherry, certainly for me, it conjures up a very grim image of a rainy night in Leeds in the mid 1990s. Yeah. Anyway, never mind.
I'm not even going there.
Anyway, yes. So moving, perhaps we'll leave that matter there.
Yeah.
All right. So let us know what you think about Lost Cherry from Tom Ford.
Yes. And if you've managed somehow to get your nose on it.
Yes.
Then let us know.
Know what you did sniff.
Very curious to see what other people think.
At this point, we seem to have stopped writing notes down about our agenda, so we're now winging it.
Oh no, we've got.
Well, we know what's next.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to be featuring a new house to us. They've sent us some samples, just a few small samples. And this is Bijon Perfumes.
Bijon, and they are from Germany.
Right, okay. So we've got 3 fragrances from the house of Bijon. And these are selling at 50 mils for €135.
And they are extract parfum.
Right, so they should be strong.
Yeah, the nose behind them all is Cécile Zarokian.
Right. And she's someone quite well known.
Yeah, I think she's a proper perfumer.
In fragrance circles.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. So, which one do you want to kick off with then?
Let's start off with this one, which is called Montfroid. I don't think you can really see too much. We just got handwritten samples. So the owner of the house actually made us these samples himself because he didn't have any official ones at the time that I got in touch.
And this means cold mint, right?
Yes. So that is exactly what you get. So
it smells like cold mint, all right.
There's an ice accord in there.
Yeah, I'll just, while you sniff, I'll just say the notes. So apparently the notes are bergamot, lemon, mandarin, petitgrain, pink pepper, aldehydes, curled mint, whatever that is, caraway, ice accord, lavender, sandalwood vetiver, ambergris, ambroxan, frankincense, oak moss, and musk. But we get definitely an icy cold mintiness, definitely.
Super cold, super minty, like
fresh. Very fresh.
Fresh.
Almost a risk of smelling a bit toothpastey, but that's just because toothpaste smells of mint, so let's not hold that against it.
Really good. I think it's, if you like mint, if you're looking for mint, then...
Super fresh, and I mean, if it's anything more fresh than citrusy, lemony, orangey things, it's mint, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's definitely, this is not like smelling fresh mint leaves. This is like iced mint.
Or a mint sweetie.
Yeah, like
peppermint sweet.
Mint Imperials or something, but It's very icy, almost like mint ice cream.
Yeah, it's weird because ice, obviously, I don't think has a smell.
No.
But somehow an ice accord can exist.
You come across...
And they have got that in there really skillfully,
We don't know too much how this develops. I've tested it on my skin just a little bit before. And it kind of went a little bit creedy, if that makes any sense. Like... it felt a little bit masculine on my skin when I tested it. So it definitely does have some development past just smelling icy minty.
Could be a super good work scent for a very professional, ice cold, calculating person at work.
If you almost work in a very clinical place.
Yeah.
You just want to smell clean. And...
A dentist, No, that's not a nice thing to say. I think it's kind of, well, if you like mint, that smells really nice and minty and fresh, very, very fresh. Kind of natural smelling, but there's a hint of the peppermint sweet in there as well, but not in a bad way.
It reminds me of when I used to make peppermint icing. So you get the icing sugar and you mix it up with the mint flavouring. I don't know, maybe there's a little bit of sweetness in there as well.
There is a bit, I think, absolutely,
so the next one is All Eyes on Me. You can't see it. Tough.
All Eyes on Me.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, we can't. There's nothing to show there, really.
So ironically, it's called All Eyes on Me. You can't see it.
I'll try and put a picture of the bottle up on the screen.
This one is probably the most interesting out of them, most complex and multi-layered.
Different ballpark to the other one completely.
It's not my favourite because it does have a noticeable oud.
Ah, right, okay,
So as soon as I can notice an oud in something, generally I'm put off.
Right, notes on this one: oud, cognac, rum, divana herb, leathery ylang. I never can say that. Leathery ylang. Don't know what that means. Rose, geranium, precious woods, amber, benzoin, incense, fruit, and vanilla. So I think it's definitely boozy and leathery.
And lots of wood.
And rather woody, so quite dark.
And also something not minty. Yeah, so maybe there is something a bit minty in there as well.
Okay, could
Mentholated at least.
Maybe a mentholy eucalyptus thing could be in there. Yeah.
Really interesting, that one. You can smell the oud. It's not really mega obvious or too much. No. It doesn't smell like poo.
No, thankfully not. It's definitely there is a touch of oud. Some oud can be a bit fecal, as they say.
But I don't think it's
there you can get. I mean, it's top of the list in that one, and you do get some oud off that. But it's a little bit boozy, definitely. It's got cognac and rum, and it's kind of sweet a bit. But
it's another one that is super. Well, they're all super strong because this one I only did the tiniest bit of spray on my skin, and it lasted and it lasted and it projected and it projected. It is really, really potent.
Yeah, that's a real strong scent, and fans of exotic Eastern style scents could do well to look into this one.
Yeah, it doesn't smell like your typical oud fragrance. It doesn't smell like a rose oud that's
no,
been
it's
done
not
a
rose
million
oud,
times.
No. But it's probably not very out there for the hardcore fans of oud. It's nothing too challenging.
Maybe beginner oud.
Yeah,
in a way, because it's not too dominant. But really complex, interesting fragrance, and I can see why it's called All Eyes on Me, because one spray of that and everyone's going to be, they are going to be smelling you.
We like that. Well, I think we quite like that one. And you're not an oud fan.
I'm not an oud fan, but
the smelling things that you like about that.
It's probably a bit too loud for my taste, because I do like my things to be a little bit more transparent and soft. So that leads me on to
the next one.
My favourite one, and it's called Or Sublime. And you can see that there's only a dribble left because I keep spraying it. I've got it on my wrist. Do you want it on paper as well? Or?
Let's get a bit more of the opening, because it seemed to have this citrus element, so I'd like to
sort
of get that
behind it so that nothing gets wasted.
Sorry, you don't want to.
I really love it.
Ah, lovely lemony opening. Really, really nice. And I think that might be my favourite.
It's definitely my favourite.
So Aura Sublime, meaning Sublime Aura. 2015 release. The other ones apparently with the Mint Froid was a 2017. I'm not sure about the All Eyes on Me.
I think All Eyes on Me might be fairly recent because I think it might have been up for an award quite recently.
Okay. Right, okay, so Or Sublime has been around for a couple of years, since 2015. Citrusy sweet is their description, and the notes are bergamot, lemon, iris butter, hedione, vanilla absolute, tonka, ambergris wood, benzoin and musk. So very much.
You do get the lemon in the opening, I would say.
Oh, totally, yeah. Which I'm liking, I'm loving that.
I'm really loving that. It's kind of
really
like...
Good. It reminds me of Lyra by Xerjoff from the Casimerati range, is it? And Tender Madeleine by Laurence Dumont.
Yeah, but instead of being orangey, it's more lemony.
Okay, yeah, maybe so.
But they are I would say they're much sweeter than this.
Okay.
It smells really expensive.
It smells very high end and classy. It has a nice longevity because you've been wearing it today.
Yeah, I mean, it really does last. It's ridiculous how long it lasts.
No, I wouldn't have noticed iris.
Okay, it's not a powdery iris. It's kind of like, not at the moment, not in the opening, but it does get powdery. The vanilla and the iris, I think, get powdery.
Mm-hmm.
But it's iris butter that they're calling it. So I'm guessing it would be a creamier feel to it, or...
I'm not sure how that works with that. Yeah, I've heard of... I know iris butter is a thing.
Different on skin to paper. I think it's better on skin. Oh, I love it.
I really think that's tying with All Eyes on Me is my favourite. Montfort I liked, but it's just a lot of mint. So you've really got to like mintiness.
Yeah.
And most normal people would just smell mint in that one, but these two seem to have more multi-dimensional facets going on, and I really enjoyed both so far.
I really love Or Sublime because you've got that sort of freshness from the lime and the lemon and the bergamot, but you can immediately smell the deeper, slightly darker, sweeter levels of things like iris and vanilla. Almost a tiny hint of...
Yeah, it's changing a bit now as it develops, yeah. And you were wearing it all day
and
today.
And the tonka, you can definitely notice tonka.
Yes, I actually said it reminded me of Fave Delicious by Dior, so a good point, yeah, I forgot to make, definitely has that tonka thing going on in there, so if you like stuff like that, really rather, if you like a delicate gourmand, gourmand with a balance of a little bit of citrus.
With super strong lasting power, and so even though it's delicate, it still projects.
Long lasting and projects,
and
the
really,
smell
really well.
has a kind of delicacy about it.
Yeah, and it definitely, like what we were saying earlier, kind of like Guerlain's high end stuff. The Cuir Beluga.
Yep. I said it reminded me of some of your favourite Guerlains, which all feature rather lovely vanilla and benzoin type combinations with other stuff.
Maybe a little bit like the dry down of my Bois d'Harmonie from Guerlain as well. That just beautiful,
really,
beautiful,
really
expensive feeling vanilla. Multifaceted.
I really like that. Very, very nice. So, yeah, definitely.
I think that's a bargain, actually. I know it's not cheap, but I think 50 mils, €135 for something that you would only have to spray a few times maximum to get a full day's wearing out of, I think that's a really good price point.
It's not horrendous for a niche fragrance, is it?
I think it's really nice,
Very nice, very interesting. Enjoyed all of those. Quite liked all of them. And, Montfort. If you want a really good mint fragrance, that's one of the nicest mint things I've smelled. I way prefer it over Crypto Mint Spice.
God, Crypto Mint is rubbish.
I didn't hate it, but I prefer that a lot.
It's changing already. Now it's getting that. You know how I said it smells a bit creedy?
Yeah,
almost like a greeny. Something green coming through, not just the mint.
Yeah.
Like leaves, but
it's
not
the
mint
ultimate
leaves.
Clinical work scent. If you want to appear ice cold and professional, Montfort. I think that's quite interesting.
And did this one have ambergris as well?
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah,
ambroxan, ambergris and ambroxan. So
I think it's maybe the ambergris that's making me feel
creed.
It's got this creedy kind of thing going on, which I think Creed fans, if you were looking for a minty creedy thing, should check that out.
Yeah, Interesting, that one. Okay, so that was Bijon Perfumes. Lovely stuff. Drink of the night for Claire was the obligatory vodka and Diet Coke Smirnoff tonight with Pepsi Max. And actually, the most interesting thing I drank, I've had a couple of lagers there, but this is Shepherd Neame 1698, a Kentish strong ale. And we're in Kent, aren't we?
We are, yes.
And somebody said I was being quite Kentish the other day.
No, I don't think they said that.
Well, on that note, thank you very much. It's been great to see you all again. Well, you saw us, and we imagined you watching.
Yeah, we can see them, can't
in our yes, we did. We kind of we think we can
just
see.
one very quick thing.
So coming
next, our next under the radar niche house. Next time is going to be. I've got a load of samples from Esquisse, and they are a Russian house. I am so excited for us to feature these ones. This one's called Narcissus. There's some real winners in there. So
interesting to sample those. So join us in the next episode, and thanks ever so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode coming very soon. Take care. Keep smelling great.
Bye.
Bye bye.